that are small to medium size, I can get the map released very quickly. If I have to bring in, yeah, it's just a matter of sort of mod logistics at that point. So I'm kind of waiting for maps that have smaller fields in them. Old Stream Farm, I think, is a good map, but I've played it a ton. Between 17 and 19, I think I've done 2 sessions on each. And so, yeah, I kind of don't necessarily want to put in a major series. Also, I'm not sure it has long-term potential. How long would it be before I owned the entire map? And it's sort of, okay, well, we played this map, now let's look for something else to do, and Farm Sim 24 is going to be out in 3 months' time. Yeah, I've always felt, so far in the series that we've done, Lawfolds, we weren't finished. And this one, I'll have 1,500 sheep. That was my initial goal. So, yeah, it's a thing. What am I doing? I'm thinking about stuff and I can't remember any of it. So let's do the sheepy thing. The sheepy thing are fine. They're not producing wool yet. So, guess today is done again, unless there is a great demand for sugar beets. We are running through to late night. Sheep. Sheeps are good. Oh, doggy's probably not good. Hey dog, have some food. It's bedtime. So, day 8 of late winter, nothing to do again. So yeah, but I mean, that said, Daggerwind's Calmsden series, he said, yeah, maybe I'll go split my one of my starting fields into 3. That might actually be an option. Landscape the field out and just have smaller fields, which make it easier. The problem is expansion is difficult because the fields are hugely expensive. Okay, how's the sheeps? They're good. They're good. Good grief. 54 already there. 44 there. And I don't know how many there. But we can run through. I'm going to run the clock to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we'll go out and deal with the sheep. Ooh. That's probably not great, but always worth having a look at. That's just a 5-board plough. Yeah, I might even have one of those. Do I have one of those? I do. That's my small plough. Awesome stuff. Anyway, let's get to early afternoon. Time to do sheepy things, and then oh, you're sitting there waiting for more food. Okay, and then it'll be tomorrow and selling time. So again, this is what I was saying earlier about feeding the sheep. If I wait till this time of day, they're going to be good pretty much until early spring day 1, so I won't have to do anything with them tomorrow. So there are a couple of maps due out over the next few weeks potentially, so that may give me something to look at. coming up to April, but probably April, early May. I think I would like to have this series concluded and we can be moving into Farm Sim 22 for our Saturday session. Four-wheel steering is awesome, except when the trailer can't cope. Okay, that's the grass. That's the maize. I am so glad I found something that works for grass on our sheep, because that has been a little bit of a challenge. We tried base raw clover, and the food troughs don't accept it, in spite of the fact it's a thing for Maize Plus on this map. There's a couple of issues I have with this map. Obviously, we didn't do water. One is they've added 3 new crops, but they didn't enable those crops for the farm silos. That's an issue because I've had to go and put a mod silo extension in that is an all fruit silo. So now I can store sugar beets and potatoes in it, which technically I probably shouldn't be able to. But yeah, something that wasn't considered when updating or upgrading this map. It's not really an update, it's an upgrade. And also the fact that clover is stated as something that the sheep can eat, but it's not something that the food troughs accept. However, we did find that they accept fresh maize, so at least there's that, and I can deliver that in a little tipper. Come on, hop over, and oh, you don't want all of it, huh? Put that there. Sugar beets all gone. Silage. Oops. All gone. So how does this field look? I haven't done... I did do the water? I'm not even in that field. Okay. We need to do the water. Then we drive over to the third field. So yeah, we are well on our way to 1,500 sheep now, I think, and it's not going to be a problem. I think we are going to blow through that. Well, we can't. We are going to end up with 1,500 sheep spread across 3 fields for a very brief moment in time. And I say a very brief moment because once the fields are full, we'll be selling off the male sheep as quickly as I can to make room for more female sheep, which are way more useful because they make babies while eating all my food. But, I think I'm not picking up anything there. This is not working out too well. As I said, these very, very difficult to clean these up because they're not flat. Maybe I should do some landscaping and smooth out the terrain a bit, but okay, that's the maize. those. Seriously, you've made a mess already? Gee. Give me strength. Okay. That went away. Grab the other one. Tiny bit of that gone. And that should be healthy too. So silage, I think we established that's about 8,500, so not enough for a full bale, definitely not enough for a full bale. And that first field takes about 10,000, so still not enough. Well, I was going to say we could come in later tonight, but it is kind of later, so just run this back to the farm. Hopefully don't have to feed them again tomorrow, and we can concentrate on getting sugar beets sold off. And then sunflowers the day after. And then we'll know how much money we've made from harvests in the last 2 years. Sadly, I didn't sell all of my crop last year. I had over 300,000 litres of triticale left in the silos because I completely neglected it. So we sold that this year with the spelt and some other stuff. And we will see how that all works out tomorrow and the day after. So 2 days of selling. And no, don't do that. Load it. Thank you. And then we'll be into moving wool pallets around, which is also not a fun job, but we do have some help this time. I've got the huge wool pallets mod, and I didn't go for the 64,000 litre pallets, but I did go for 32. So that's kind of a good thing. Okay. We are chewing through this stuff really quick, which kind of has me worried about whether we should sell it all from the silos. Potentially whether I should keep them in boxes or just neglect the box thing too. It's kind of handy to be able to take stuff out to the field and leave it there so I can just pick it up and feed the sheep as we go. Okay, well we now have sugar beets all over the floor, so yay. Lovely, that works. Okay, we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 24. 31. Gee. That was 50. Beginning of winter, that was 50. Not going to take him out today. Feed the dog again. So, they do eat a lot, and that hasn't changed in Farm Sim 22 either. It's one of the things I do like about some of the mod maps is that they are giving us oversized feed troughs, so you can load them up and leave them to go. I think the Giants provided barns and stuff, it's a very small amount of food that you can leave in them. Okay, we are sleeping till tomorrow. That sounds good. Oh, more snow. Lovely. Fortunately, the snow's gone. Eggs are selling well. We don't have any. Sugar beets are Empire. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. The other thing I wanted to check, what is that field? What is that field? Miscanthus. I kind of don't mind playing that in. How do you harvest Miscanthus, and what do you do with it once you've got it? Let's go there and there. I don't know what it looks like. Let's search for an icon. Miscanthus looks like bulrushes. Okay. Looks like bulrushes. Harvesters. Do you use a forage harvester on them? Oh. Yes. And what sort of header do you use? I'm thinking I'm going to plow it in if I buy it. Forage harvesters. Choppers. Get to the chopper. Yes. You forage it with a chopper. I'm not inclined to rent a forage harvester again and do all of that hassle. Part of the reason I have an issue with forage harvesters is they do grass. Actually, that doesn't do... They do grass and Miscanthus. And if you're cutting around the edge of a field, what you end up with is just a mess, because it's trying to pick up grass and throw it into the forage trailer, and then it's trying to pick up corn or whatever. And it's... Dude, you want to dig your bowl out? So it's just an awkward kind of thing. And something I've noted from Farm Sim 22, which could also be an issue, if you're foraging a field and the forage header can do grass, here it's more a matter of buttons. Here it's more a matter of we're playing with Maize Plus, which allows you to forage different crops with stuff that wouldn't normally work in game. Sugar beets, there we go. So getting close to the edge of the field, you're just going to pick up everything that's allowable. It's kind of like if you've sown a field with wheat and barley and you're trying to cut down between the gap between the two, the harvester just gets messed up if it's not significantly filled. Similarly with baling hay on a field that also has grass, and you can end up with the odd grass bale dropping because you picked up some grass at an inopportune moment. That's basically what the issue is here. So Miscanthus, foraging Miscanthus along the edge of the field, you could end up destroying part of the crop because of grass. Also, it's foraging, and we already did a whole ton of corn, and frankly, yeah, I had enough of that then. What is Miscanthus worth? 229 at the sawmill. Yeah, I'm not inclined, so we'll give it a skip. Also got to check on which fields need ploughed. I can't remember if I ploughed the root crop fields before planting the oilseed radish. And the plan for the field that currently has Miscanthus, if I buy it, I'm inclined to buy it, I will state that right now, is this is our field, and there's a hedgerow there, which means I can't get a header, harvest a header between those two fields. Whereas these fields are accessed from this side, this lane here. So maybe this is going to be sunflowers. I might buy this field and put sunflowers in it also. Meanwhile, actually, yeah, we ploughed these two fields. I completely forgot to plough 24. I can't believe I did that. But it's planted now with stuff. I believe that's something. What is that? Rye. So these 4 fields are rye. We've got canola over here. I meant to put sunflowers in these three fields. They had oilseed radish, and I kind of figured, yeah, we'll put sunflowers in it. And then I just got completely carried away ploughing in my oilseed radish, and rather than leave them completely fallow over the winter, I just decided, okay, they can be canola, but I now need somewhere to plant my sunflowers because I want to justify having a sunflower header, because that's just the way it is. Well, I wasn't expecting to see snow this time, but hey, England can be weird. Oh, excuse me. And you can get late season snow and early season snow, and just, it happens. Although we've had more snow this year, farm year, than normal, I think. So, we're transporting... I think I said we had 300,000 litres of stuff. I think these are hard... hard obstacles on that turn there. I hope I went slow enough that the tractor's followed us. Yes, he has. Good. So we now get to power up the hill in our nice new truck. So this thing replaced our black sheep modding truck. Primarily bought this year because we're going to have so many sheep to transport around that it just makes sense to have this set up for when it comes to transporting the sheep to the sell point, because we can transport, I think, about 40 sheep in this get up, whereas our Johnston trailer can only transport about 13 per trip, and that's a little bit tiresome, because the animal dealer is about as far as you can get from the farm. Okay, this is going to be some huge amount of fun, I think. Tell the tractor to hold off there, and select the trailer, disconnect, pull forward and unload. So how much money are we going to make here? It's probably going to be about 14,000 again per tipper load. 10,000, oh dear. Well, I'll call it 11. Cool. And we need to go forwards again. Then I need to figure out somewhere to put this. I'm thinking I can probably reverse it out of the gate and to the right. So that's 22,000. Oh, I should be able to afford that field once we've unloaded all of this. Keep going. Oh, I have to turn. Yay. Oops, let's stick it in drive before we jump out, because otherwise that gets annoying. So this should be about £9,000 of income. So I think the issue here is, yes, this stuff makes a ton of money because of the volume, but you look at the other crops that we are growing, or the amount of other crops that we're growing, and, you know, 300,000 litres of triticale at 700 pounds per 1,000 litres versus 300,000 litres of sugar beets at substantially less than that, 250, 270. Obviously the triticale does have more value, but we've got two to three big fields planted of triticale. This next year we're looking at 3 to 4 fields of most of our big arable crops. So land-wise, we are pulling tons. We are devoting a lot of land to most of our arable crops, whereas our sugar beets is a relatively small amount of land dedicated. So, you know, it's truck coming? Oh, okay. Not so much. Oh, I see. Why did you do that?